ShopperScreen. Elämykselliset AV-ratkaisut ja videotykkien vuokraus. ShopperScreen.com. European champion Omar Tugarev is the best-kept secret of North European MMA. A crisp boxer with excellent fight IQ, all the athletic tools and a finisher's mind. The Finn uses his excellent striking and dominant grappling game to break the will of his opponents and land the finishing blow whenever the opportunity presents itself.
Mä aina löydän avoimet voittoet. Jos mulla on pystyottelija vastassa, niin mä vien maahan. Jos on paine, niin mä oon tuollaisella pystyssä. Mä oon tosi monipuolinen ja mä uskon, että se on mun vahvuus.
The Brazilian boxer Cristiano Cruz is a heavy-hitting boxing specialist with tremendous knockout power, but also the skill to paint the canvas with patient strokes before creating the opening for the finishing blow.
Apesar de eu vir das artes marciais em pé, eu tenho um jiu-jitsu muito bom e também tenho um bom wrestling e tô pronto para qualquer uma das áreas. O que eu acho que eu tenho melhor dele é que eu tenho muita experiência também e eu já passei por todos os cenários possíveis. Já lutei contra o wrestler, contra faixas pretas, contra kickboxers. Então eu tenho a catimba, tenho a experiência do octógono.
Sitten kun mä oon UFC:ssä, niin mun tulee tuollaisia vastoja, se on hyvä testi. Silloin 27 ottelua, mulla on 6 matsia. Mulla on paljon enemmän nälkää, mulla on paljon enemmän todistettavaa kuin sille, että silloin vähän niin kuin uraa siellä niin kuin loppupuolella ja mulla on alkupuolella, että mä oon paljon nälkäisempi.
Eu gosto, o que eu mais amo na luta é que posso fazer o que eu gosto e levar o sustento da minha família.
Will Tugarev claim another dominant stoppage? Or will Cruz's stone hands carve out the victory?
Eu acredito que essa luta vai terminar por nocaute ou finalização no segundo round.
Mä en tiedä, miksi mulla on sellainen fiilis, mutta mä uskon, että mun iskut matosta tulee olla liian pahat sille ja sit mä aion lopettaa sen jollain, kun se menee panikkiin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Omar Tugarev versus Cristiano Cruz.
To the blue corner, Cristiano Cruz.
Cristiano Cruz now making that walk to the cage from Salvador, Brazil, representing Team Virtude. And one thing we know about this gentleman is he's got a whole lot more experience than our good friend Omar Tugarev does. And that is going to be a very, very interesting component to this fight is, do you have the young up-and-coming talent who is undefeated? Are they able to kind of answer that test in fighting a much more experienced fighter? And we know, of course, that the hands of Cristiano Cruz, very, very excellent. Great heavy-handed striker, accurate punching, and he's patient. Bides his time, looks for the shot he needs, then he cracks you with it. This is a very exciting matchup.
Yeah, this is the kind of matchups I really enjoy seeing. Like, you have the young, up-and-coming, very talented fighter really put to test with an experienced veteran like Cristiano Cruz, who has a very specific strength. Like, I'm not saying that Tugarev's path to victory has to be wrestling, but Cristiano Cruz has really proven his striking. And last time we saw him here, he knocked out Tony Longman. So he's a very, very dangerous boxer, and he actually has like professional boxing experience.
Tony Longman, a tough man to knock out. That dude can eat a shot.
Yeah.
And to do that, that is impressive. And that makes this matchup far more intriguing for me. It isn't just experience, it's also great striking, the ability to be patient, and such power that you can put out a guy like Tony Lampinen. This is a very, very dangerous man, and this is a very, very dangerous matchup for Omar Tugarev. But he needs those matchups, and he has been getting them to really test him so that he can be confident that he has what it takes at those higher leagues.
To the red corner, Omar Tugarev.
Omar Tugarev now making the walk to the cage. I love to watch Omar Tugarev fight, and luckily I've had the opportunity to do so on many occasions. One thing I have to say is that he's damn good everywhere. He just represents such a high level of talent, and it's great to see him fighting here at Cage. Of course, now training in Dublin, Ireland, if I'm not mistaken, and kind of looking to increase the type of exposure to other fighters, and that's what has helped him get that high fight IQ. But he's always looking for the finish, and he's quite experienced in his own right. Only 6 professional fights as a pro, but of course, he's quite the competitor.
Yeah, and he has plenty of amateur fights, high-level experience, being under 21-year-old European champion in the amateurs. So even though, like you said, 6-0 as a professional, but he has plenty of MMA experience in the back, and he has really shown that finishing all but one of his professional fights in the first round. So
yeah, absolutely,
very talented, very dangerous.
World-class talent there, meeting another dangerous fighter in Cristiano Cruz. This is an exciting matchup, and there's a very, very high skill cap for our buddy Omar Tugarev. Here you have the tail of the tape, and we see a perfect 6-0 record for Omar Tugarev, but not nearly as experienced as a professional as Cristiano Cruz. Also, Cruz has 10 years seniority on Omar Tugarev. Tugarev will have a reach advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, Brazilian fighter with a professional record of 17 wins and 10 losses, weighing 76.7 kilos. Fighting out of Salvador, Brazil, Cristiano Greco Cruz. And in the red corner, undefeated Helsinki-based Finnish fighter with a professional record of 6 wins and no losses, weighing 77.2 kilos, Omar Takeover Tugarev!
Moments away from the beginning of this exciting matchup. These two fighters meet in the center and prepare to come out swinging. Good show of sportsmanship and respect between those two.
You are about to experience the cage.
Now we're underway. Tugarev pressuring forward now.
Yeah, right away controlling the center of the cage and threatening the takedown with the level change.
Throws that kick, but it's caught. Oh, but the balance, really tremendous. It uses that to set up a takedown attempt. Brilliant. Cruz has that neck, though.
Now switches to an underhook.
Tugarev really trying to collect those hips.
Heavy pressure by Omar Tugarev. He's really driving off of those from those legs and trying to get his hands locked in.
See if he can elevate him here.
Trying to
sweep that leg. Oh, but such scrambles. Of course, Tugarev is able to get it to the mat in the end, but really, really dynamic, fast-paced, fun grappling there.
Put your arm under his head, left crossface. Omar, listen. Yeah, try. Bring your hand inside. Inside, Omar. Bring your hand inside.
Now in half guard, looking to potentially
get a bit of pressure applied to the chin with that forehead.
And now, Omar, looking, throw the knee up. 3/4 man.
Tugarev's
Let's go.
right arm is locked up there, so not a whole lot of offense he can do with it, but that left hand does a little bit of work.
Cruz is just,
Crossface, Omar.
he's not very tight on that control. He has that overhook on the other side, but I think the way he's holding this position looks like he's just waiting for Omar to initiate a movement that allows him the opportunity to scramble. Movements like this. So I would have expected him trying to scramble up, but
The timing just didn't work for him. He ended up collecting an elbow to the head.
I think maybe he underestimates a little bit the pressure of Tugarev, because his top control is excellent.
Yeah, not a whole lot of space there. You know, he's got that arm trapped. That makes it difficult as well.
Omar, right crossface. Listen. Crossface. Flat. Make him look away. Get your shoulder pressure.
Coach is calling for shoulder pressure, as you can hear, and he's trying to do his best to give it. Oh, hard elbow over the top there for Tugarev.
Fantastic work listening to the corner. When Chris Fields, Tugarev's head coach, is calling for crossface, he's trying to flatten him out. Immediately when he yelled elbow, right away Tugarev throws a strike. Kind of like playing a video game.
Yeah.
There you go. Watch your arms. Watch your arms.
I know a thing or two about that. I'll let you handle the deep analysis of the fighting. Oh, good solid shot to the body there.
There you go. Now posture.
Listening to his coaches every step of the way. Staying responsive. Oh, a hard elbow there.
I'm surprised that looking at, I'm expecting that Cruz has seen Tugarev's previous fights and how dangerous his elbows are off a closed guard. And he's keeping his guard closed and kind of settling into this control. So I would have expected him to get the knees in between and feet in between him and Omar Tugarev.
To know is one thing, to do is another.
Of course. But that's something the bottom player can usually initiate, because now he's locking his legs in the close guard. So he is accepting the close guard position, which I think, in my opinion, is
dangerous.
It's very dangerous, considering the heavy ground and pound, especially the elbow strikes of Omar Tugarev.
Yeah, he's incredible at that. And we've already seen a couple of glimpses of that brilliance here tonight. Oh, Tugarev trying to put his hands on him, and we know that this is a bad spot for anybody to be in. When he starts opening up with those hands, he can put you out.
Inside, beautiful. This is perfect. When you go shin across, you can flatten the pass. You can come back up again. The beat, watch the triangle.
Short time left in this first round, which is a testament, of course, to Cristiano Cruz's experience and skill. Oh, but a hard elbow goes through.
I think Cristiano actually got a hand or arm in between.
Ah, okay.
Kind of blocking that one, but because those elbows are heavy. Great pressure by Tugarev from top control.
Tries to stack him, and Cruz gets out of that position, but finds himself ending the round on the bottom. That's not great optically, and of course Tugarev had a really good output in terms of throwing strikes.
Yeah, those strikes were, he was looking to finish.
Yeah, he always looks to finish, and that's every single punch thrown with nasty intent. Cruz looking a bit contemplative. Here we see Tugarev tries one takedown entry, doesn't quite work. He spins him and gets the other, takes him to the mat. Very, very good work there. And then going to work with elbows. Not all of them hitting, of course, but at least optically, it could also, you know, sway judges a bit that the output was a bit higher, depending on what there an elbow got through. Here we see those ground strikes.
Pressure in all these positions, when the opponent is playing close guard against Tugarev, the hip pressure is very good. It's like you can see his hip, Cruz's hips are completely stacked, and he has to extend all the way to try to push Tugarev away, and still he doesn't go anywhere. So his only option is to like put the knees together and try to extend and create space, and Tugarev is just mauling him from top position.
Second round begins. Tugarev once more applying pressure. Cruz giving a little bit of offense of his own. Swinging heavy. Tugarev goes in on a shot there. Cruz trying to stay active and you know, get himself a little bit of space. But Tugarev is just all over him, it feels like.
Great chaining of the takedown, threatening to go behind. Cruz tries to go away, and he's just chasing that takedown. And now, once again, settles to the half guard.
Yep. Shoulder pressure. Yeah, I mean, he was doing that even before his coach called for it, I think. But now going hard with that shoulder pressure.
Yeah, it's very. Once your opponent gets that strong cross face and shoulder pressure, it really immobilizes the bottom player, and it makes it very, very difficult to initiate any kind of offense or scrambles off your back. And it's very tiring.
Yeah,
it's very tiring to be on the receiving end of that kind of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. It also stifles the breathing, but of course, like, it kept his hips flat. What's he able to do if, you know, he's being pinned from multiple angles, hip to hip and shoulder to neck? Not a great spot to be in. Here, there is an attempt, a potential attempt for okay. I was gonna say Kimura potentially, but instead he's like, let's punch this gentleman.
Well, with Tugarev's grappling, you can just see like excellent fundamentals. Like, he's not doing anything fancy. Great top control, just very heavy shoulder pressure, threatening the mount. And once he gets the opportunity, or you scramble a little bit, he punishes you with a heavy elbow or a punch. Fantastic grappling by Omar Tugarev.
Yeah, and constantly trying to improve his position. And it looks like he could go into mount here, but nope, he does not.
But heavy elbow, and now he lands down back to the half guard.
Yeah, what he's doing here is giving Cruz too much to think about. Am I going to get hit here? I need to get my, you know, fundamental defense in play, and that's when he hits you over and over and over again.
And this is very tiring, and a lot of great grapplers are able to use the style that they pressure you, make you carry your weight, and those small things like you thread the mount, okay, they recover, let's say, half guard, which you started. Like, you're in half guard, you pressure, you thread the mount, you land heavy elbow, like, they recover half guard. So they spend a lot of energy and end up exactly where you started.
Did not win.
Again,
exactly.
Again.
A beautiful tactic of attrition there, making them work so hard just to remain where they were.
And it's wears on you, wears on your opponent. And then they start making mistakes, which opens up the submissions and the even heavier ground and pound.
Very beautiful performance here tonight already by Omar Tugarev. Such incredible pressure. I think I hear his coach calling for a patient approach.
Now he has the crucifix.
Yep. And this is not a good spot to be in if you're Cristiano Cruz. Omar Tugarev teeing off. Those aren't huge punches, but you've got to answer them. You've got to respond. This is not intelligent defense. Omar Tugarev is just teeing off, and he's got nowhere to move. Tugarev just absolutely deploying whatever he wants. Switches into mount and drops those elbows again and again. Shelled up is Cristiano Cruz with Omar Tugarev just teeing off, and it is only a matter of time until the referee stops that fight.
Fantastic performance by Omar Tugarev. Great takedowns, suffocating top control, and the almost trademark heavy elbows and ground and pound.
Beautiful performance, just consistent pressure, phenomenal fundamentals. Like you said, nothing fancy, just wearing on you and making you work so hard just to stay where you are, just to get back to that position of still a bad position, making you work hard just to get to a bad position from a worse one. And then laying on that heavy pressure, getting those elbows in, getting those punches in, just beautiful performance. Solid fundamentals, great ground and pound. Omar Tugarev has what it takes. Here we see on the replay, Omar Tugarev staying after him, transitioning to trying to get a better spot. When one thing doesn't work, he immediately tries for another. We see him applying a little bit of pain to that body and sneaks through that left hand to the head. Again, throwing those shots. Maybe not every single one landing clean, but the totality of him just staying on you and applying that pressure and being relentless until he's in a position like this where he can just keep cracking you and there's nowhere for you to move, nothing for you to do. That is part of what makes him so dangerous. Teeing off again, and not much by way of proper defense here from Cristiano Cruz. The referee saw it, called the fight. Let's hear what the officials have to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight was brought to you by Shopper Screen. Tämän ottelun tarjosi Shopper Screen. Elämykselliset AV-ratkaisut ja videotykkien vuokraus. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends after 3 minutes and 46 seconds of the second round. Winner by technical knockout, Omar Takeover Tugarev!
There you have it. Incredible performance by Omar Tugarev. And the stoppage due to strikes in that second round. Let's hear what he's got to say to Veltku.
Omar, onneksi olkoon, hieno voitto.
Kiitos, kiitos. Mä haluan sanoa, että et tiedä mun nimeä vielä. Mä oon sellainen äijä, mä puhun vähän, mutta mä teen paljon. Mä en tykkää nykyään, jengi puhuu paljon, mutta ei tee melkein yhtään.
Toisessa erässä alkoi todella tapahtua. Sen verran katsoin, että sieltä tuli todella tarkkaa reagointia vastustajalta sun mattopeliin. Miten koitit kontrata siinä tilanteessa?
Reellisesti mä en oo ikinä ollut näin matsiviikon näin sellainen, että se vähän niin puhki. Koska viime matsi mulla oli 3 erää sotaa non-stop. Niin oli vaikea vähän keskittyä tähän matsiin full 100%, mutta mä tein parhaani ja tuli voitto. Ja mä haluan sanoa, että mä en oo vaan sellainen äijä, joka haluaa vaan niin jotain pientä tai että mä haluan olla maailman paras. Niin mun on pakko ottaa tällaisia äijä vastaan. Heillä on paljon enemmän kokemusta. Vaan tällaisia kehityt ja nouset. Ja tänään mä haluan sanoa, että kiinnittäkää hyvin huomioon tuohon pääotteluun, main event, Omran Shaban. Vikaat 1,5 vuotta se on jäsennyt mua jokaisessa asiassa ja se on niinku, ei pelkästään tuleva UFC-ottelija, mutta UFC-champion. Kattokaa hyvin sitä ottelijaa. Ja yksi juttu vielä, mä haluan sanoa terveisiä mun hyvälle friendille, joka loukkaantui viime Irlannissa ju-jutsu-kisoissa. Fällä, how are you bro? We are with you. Kiitos mun tiimille. Team KF, we are different, we're coming for everybody. Let's go!
Omar Tugarev!
Tugarev, obviously thrilling the hometown crowd. Tell me a little bit, Alexei, about what he said.
He said that he's not the kind of guy who talks a big game, but he shows up and shows what he's made of, and that you can really see.
Boy, does he.
And send thanks to his team, thanks to everyone, and send greetings to a friend of his who got injured in a jiu-jitsu tournament in Ireland.
Speedy recovery to him. Tell me, Alexei, what do you see as the future for this young gentleman?
I think he has the sky's the limit for him.